Hello and namaskar. Welcome to another session of BW4HANA Tidbits, where I share some of my knowledge and experience.
My name is Debanshu Mukherjee, and today we are going to discuss LISTCUBE replacement in BW4HANA. LISTCUBE tcode has been a very frequently used tcode in the previous or prior versions of BW. But in BW4HANA, this tcode has been replaced by more advanced tcodes for advanced ADSOs for composite providers and OpenODSViews. So in this short and informative video, we are going to see the list of useful tcodes, including the ones which has replaced LISTCUBE in BW4HANA. So without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, so now let's look at the most handy and useful BW4HANA tcodes, which have replaced the LISTCUBE of the past. So this is the entire list which I have compiled together, and this will be very handy for you to keep with you and to refer to this time and again for different operational activities in BW4HANA. So first we'll look at RSDHATR. So that is for the Hana runtime transformation. So let me quickly go to the Eclipse. This is my BW4HANA system, and I have a data flow which is already created by me. And now we will look at a transformation. So this is the transformation. So I am going into the transformation, and you will see that this is the transformation is Hana runtime transformation. So I'll copy the name. Actually, this is not the name. What happens is, if you go to the properties of the transformation, which is Hana runtime, you will see that we have a technical tab, and there we have analysis process. So every Hana runtime transformation generates an analysis process. So you can copy this, and then we will do SAP GUI screen. We will open within Eclipse. The shortcut on the keyboard is Ctrl+6, and then you will go for RSDHATR. RSDHATR. Once you go there, so you will see that if you put that name which we copied, and then you will see the display option here. So we can click on display, and that will tell you that what is the description, what is the data source, what is the data target. But there is one tab which is hidden, and that is called the calculation scenario tab. So you can go to menu, go to extras, and then expert mode on and off. You can choose that option. The moment you choose the expert mode on, you will see the fourth tab, which is calculation scenario, and that's where you will see the XML representation of the backend code which is passed down to SAP HANA for the transformation. And you can see here we have the default schema SAP HANA DB. This means this is the schema where the calculation scenario will be created, because this is the BW application owned schema. And then you will see that we have the calculation scenario name, and we have the parameters, if there are any parameters. Then we have the data source table name. So we have the data source table name, and then there are different calculation views which gets created. So this is the XML representation of the code, the backend generated code which gets pushed down to HANA. HANA understands this code, and it executes in the form of a logical plan, which is the calculation view. So this is how the Hana runtime calculations or Hana runtime transformations are pushed down in the terms of calculation scenario, in the form of calculation scenario. And this is how you can see the calculation scenario. This calculation scenario will also be visible as a column view in your Hana database. So there also you can check that. So this tcode is very handy for you. You can do check for the transformation if everything is fine. So you can say that yes, this is correct. If there are any problems in the backend analysis process which gets generated, then you will see that if there's a problem, it will list down the problem. You can see the different logs. You can export the XML if you want. And also there is something called SAP HANA transformation list on and off. If you click that, then all the transformation in the system will be shown to you with their analysis process name listed as well. So these are all the Hana runtime transformations which are there in the system. You can see who created it, what is the time, what is the change time. So this is a very handy T code for HANA runtime transformation. You can also do a where use list, which will tell you that this transformation is used in what other different data flows. So this is a very handy T code for the HANA runtime transformations. Then we have an RSO ADSO. RSO ADSO is the replacement RSO ADSO. So RSO ADSO is a replacement for LISTCUBE for the ADSOs. LISTCUBE transaction still exists. So if you open a different session and try to go to LISTCUBE, it will still give you that option or the interface or the screen where you can see the data. So if you go to LISTCUBE, you will see that it still exists, and you can call the LISTCUBE for an advanced DSO. This is one of the advanced DSO. So if you do an execute, it will still give you that old classical look and feel where you can look at the data. But this LISTCUBE is replaced by a newer transaction, and that is called RSO ADSO. Support functions for modeling tools. So here you can provide the info provider name. So I'll give the same. This is my composite provider. I will give you the ADSO. So this is my ADSO, same ADSO I looked here. Now this is the data preview. So if you click here, it will go to that same SE16 or the LISTCUBE interface. But in addition to that, you also have multiple other functionalities, and that's what makes this an advanced T code with more features than your LISTCUBE. Features like you can check the consistency, you can activate if you want, you can display the backend XML which gets generated, which gets pushed down to HANA, and then you can also display the output. So this output is the structure of the advanced DSO. So this, if you remember, in the classical older versions of BW, for InfoCube, we could see the entire structure, the dimensions, the SIDs, etc. Similarly, for advanced DSO, this display output will give you the characteristics, it will give you the key fields, it will give you the time, it will give you the units and currencies, and it will also give you the request TSN, which is the technical field which has the display attribute, user and source of data. So this is the overall backend structure of the advanced DSO. So that also you can check. And then we have object directory entry, where you can change the package and collect this in a transport request, and you can also do a where use list. And also on the menu, you will have multiple other options: reset personalized data, recreate column view for this advanced DSO, so on and so forth. So this is a better T code, more advanced T code, RSO ADSO, than your LISTCUBE. This will also work for composite provider. So that's what is the next one, RSOH CPR. So if you go to /n RSOH CPR, it will come to the same thing, support function for modeling tools. And now you can also give the composite provider. This is the composite provider, and same thing, if you want to look at the structure of the composite provider, it will give you, this is a symbol of a composite provider. So you can see we have units, we have time, we have key figures, characteristics, and we have the further characteristics like info provider, data packet, record, TSN, etc. So here you can check the structure, or you can also do a data preview from the composite provider, and this will give you the look and feel of the similar LISTCUBE from the composite provider, or display data. But as I told you, in addition to that, you can do multiple other things. You can collect this composite provider, and then you can also have different options in the menu tab. So these are the most important T codes you should keep handy. And then there is one more T code which I want to show you, which is called RS to HANA _admin. So RS to HANA _admin is a useful T code when you have calculation views which gets generated from your info providers. So we all know that we can generate a HANA calculation view from an ADSO, from a composite provider, from an info object, even from a query. You can generate a HANA CV. So if you want to see a mapping, meaning a transaction code which can show you that which object in BW side generated which HANA CV at the HANA database side, then RS to HANA _admin is a very useful T code. Here you can see we have these ADSOs which generated these CVs, and this is the package in the HANA database in the content, this is the package where it gets generated or where it got generated. And from here you can go to different other tools like general settings. So general settings, you can change the HANA package if you want, where the CVs get generated, and a lot of other features and options you can modify. And then you can also go to authorization check tool, which will check that the analytical privileges which get generated from the analysis authorizations, they are generated successfully or not. So this is a very handy T code, RS2HANA admin, which also gives you the option to jump to different tools. Then if you see, we have a lot of other T codes. The most important ones I wanted to show you in the system. So the other ones are like RS2HANA view, RS2HANA admin, this is what we saw, RS2HANA check, RS2HANA gen. So analysis authorization, everything you can jump from here. Okay. And then we have remote subscription, we have DTO, data tiering optimization, which is a replacement of your NLS archiving. You have T codes for that. You have for analysis process designer, HANA HAP, HANA analysis process. You have workspaces related T codes, RSWSP, WSPW, WQD, etc. And then you also have BW4HANA cockpit T code, so which is BW for web. So if you just type BW for web, so there are multiple ways to jump to BW4HANA cockpit. So here if you type BW for web, it will take you to the cockpit. You just say allow, and then it will take you to the browser, and in the browser it will show you the BW4HANA cockpit. So there you have to log in with your user ID and password, and once you do that, it will show you the cockpit. So let me quickly log in there. Okay, so here if you see, I will just log in. Okay, so let me click on the correct password. So here I'm sorry, so this is probably this one, or let me check. Okay, it's a BW4HANA 3. Okay, I think there is some issue, but that's fine. But this is how you can jump to the cockpit. Another way to jump to cockpit is your right click on the project on your Eclipse, and then you can say open BW4HANA cockpit. That will also take you to the cockpit, and you can then log in with your user ID password, and you will be able to do stuff on the cockpit. Then we have other T codes like your LTRC, LTR, these are SLT related T codes, and also you have your ODQ-MON, which is the operational delta Q monitor replacement of RSA7. So for that, if you go to your S4HANA, I'm logging to the S4HANA, Control 6 to open a separate GUI session. So here you will see that if I go to ODQ-MON, you can see that this is the new subscription based operational delta queues, and you can see that if you activate the technical names on, and we have different types of providers, we have standard extractors, we have ABAP CDS views, and then you have different subscribers, which is your ABAP CDS view, CDC, OData, local system, BW, which is in our case, if the target is BW, then your subscriber is going to be BW. So ODQ-MON has replaced RSA7, and that is how we will do stuff in BW4HANA. If you want to do real practical hands-on with all these T codes and work with a real customer scenario, then please join my training batch, which is going on right now. The next batch is going to be launching soon. Send me an email at devanshu.mukherjee@gmail.com and get registered for the next upcoming batch. We do really end-to-end hands-on, where you will get familiar with all these interfaces, all these new features and options in BW4HANA. So this is the list of all the T codes I wanted to show you, which will be helpful and handy for you for your day-to-day operations, and I hope this will help you in doing stuff more easily and becoming more efficient when working with BW4HANA server. Thank you very much for listening in. I hope this helped you a little bit in your day-to-day operational activities, and stay tuned on my channel for more. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.